This spider is even more aggressive than the
Anybody else feel like something crawling on them? Stop.
funnel web.
Hey, y'all go fuck my Twitch, man. Come on now. We finna start streaming soon, so make sure y'all go follow that. Run it up. Love y'all. Kissies. What's good, DLC? How you doing, family? Man, back again with another video. Spider tier list. Yes, another tier zoo video. Y'all love these, and I like recording them, so why not? I'm gonna keep them coming. I do not like spiders, but I feel like the Black Widow is gonna be S tier on this video. His animations is crazy. Oh my fucking gosh.
There are many ways to come out on top in an encounter without actually drawing blood. Intimidation, superior maneuvering, and camouflage are all good options when it comes to taking on an enemy you can't defeat in a physical battle. Perhaps one of the most underrated methods is creeping your opponent out. A good rush of fear can cause a target to freeze, to run away, or to lash out with a predictable and punishable move. A lot of builds have had the reputation of being spooky or creepy. Top contenders include bats, snakes, centipedes, cockroaches, scarabs, scorpions, rats, owls, ravens, toads, and many more. But today I want to talk in depth about the #1 creepiest build in the game. A build so diverse, successful, and powerful that it's the most common phobia of all time, the spider. The spider's creepiness factor is integral to its game plan because it helps mitigate the serious weaknesses that can come with playing the lowest weight class. Any build with a significant size advantage can one-hit a spider, but not if they're irrationally frozen in fear. This, combined with their various excellent hunting techniques, make the spider one of the best lightweight rogue classes available. Since spiders employ such a wide variety of hunting strats, today I want to go over the tier list of the spiders. There's not all that much different between each spider except for a few things: their venom, their mobility, and most importantly, how they use their unique ability, spinnerets. There's a lot of spiders I like to cover in this video, so it's going to be a bit of rapid fire. So, in bottom tier, we've got two spiders that I'm betting most of you would have guessed would be close to the top. First is the brown recluse, a spider notorious for its ability to cause its victims' flesh to rot. Only one thing, human support mains and data miners now believe that the necrosis is not caused by the spider's bite, but is actually the result of a MRSA infection caused by a particularly nasty clan of Staphylococcus aureus. This type of infection can be caused by any puncture wound, not just a spider bite, but spider bites are the most common misdiagnosis. Recluse spiders already have low stats, so take away this rumor that's been keeping them relevant and suddenly you realize how bottom tier they are. Second from the bottom is the Black Widow, a build which relies far too heavily on its reputation, and just like the brown recluse, can't actually back it up. The Widow's bite is potent for sure, but not even close to the game-ending power rumor says it has. Of the thousands of bites on humans each year, less than 1% result in the target's demise, and they usually only do because the target already had low health. Both of these spiders also employ camping as their main method of getting kills on other lightweight players. And while this is a legitimate strategy, spiders have access to far more effective methods. But if you're gonna camp, you might as well do it right. The key to optimizing your camping game is to maximize the area you can control from safety. In short, the bigger your web is, the easier it is to score free kills. The bark spider takes this to the extreme and creates a web spanning an entire river. This allows it to capture targets that normally keep their distance from the typical trap locations, like the elusive dragonfly. While this is all impressive, it takes a huge time and resource investment to set up, and is easily erased by anyone who notices what you're up to, which locks this spider in D tier.
Mike, I swear.
Along a similar vein, social spiders can also construct giant webs to control large sections of the map. Compared to the bark spider, social spiders expend less individual effort and construct a sturdier base. But the division of loot arguably outweighs this factor, and combined with the fact that they have to deal with thieves and freeloaders, I'd say that they're on the same level as the solo builders. They don't function as a cohesive unit, like you social insects, nor do they function as team players that play off of each other's strengths, like pack hunters do. It's more of a mob strategy. Anyways, while it may not be quite as impressive, there are much safer and less tedious camping strategies in the next tier. The trapdoor spider maximizes safety by hiding completely out of sight, and using an alarm system to indicate the opportune moment to strike. The safety comes at a cost, though, as these players are much more vulnerable to environmental hazards such as flooding, frost, and whatever else the overworld throws at them.
Whoa.
Another solid camping strategy was found by the ogre spider players.
What the fuck
Instead of
is
hoping
that?
targets walk into their trap, ogre spiders fashion the webs into nets, which they cast directly onto anything that gets too close. They've got incredibly powerful vision at night, but because arachnids haven't spec'd into the iris ability, they can't turn this ability off, and as a result they actually take solar damage every single day, destroying part of their retina.
Damn.
Luckily, they do have a passive regeneration ability that heals this in time to be ready again the next night, but still, pretty huge drawback to go blind every morning. All this balances out to stick these two spiders in C tier. As we move up the tier list, we move away from spiders that rely on camping and towards the more bold players. And you'd be hard pressed to find a spider more bold than the water spider, which, instead of using its web as a trap, it uses as an air canister and goes scuba diving. This is extremely risky because of how easy it can be for players in higher weight classes to take them out.
Sure.
But the spiders make it work. Their bravery rewards them with the chance to catch minnows, which are worth a lot of XP for such a small hunter. Also in B tier, we've got another spider which uses its web in an interesting way, as a ranged mobility debuff. The spitting spider can launch sticky webs at high speed. This is particularly useful for dealing with more mobile builds when you don't want to just camp.
It's a freaky ass spider, my boy.
This move is powerful if your opponent isn't expecting it, but since it has a lot of
Miss you,
melee,
nerd.
if your opponent evades it, they'll get a free punish. This move is good, but there are other builds which use it more effectively, such as the Velvet Worm, which has much more range. At the bottom of A tier, we've got a powerful all-rounder build with a solid offense and defense, the Tarantula. While it doesn't spec into the absurdly strong venom some other spider players do, it gets by just fine with brute force alone, instead opting for more damage
Stop,
fangs
bro.
and larger size.
Fuck.
This allows it to win some matchups that are normally...
I know y'all thought what I thought. I know you thought what I thought. I don't care what you say. I know you thought what I thought.
unfavorable for spiders,
Note.
such as those with thick armor or fur that's difficult to bite through unless you've got longer fangs. It also has the ability to throw hundreds of little quills from its back, which can blind aggressors and allow for an easy escape. It can only be used a few times before it has to recharge, however. All this together gives the Tarantula players a great all-rounder build with only a few bad matchups like the Tarantula Hawkwasp.
What the fuck is...
On the opposite end of the spectrum from this slow giant is the most mobile spider in the game, the jumping spider.
Oh, I hate
This
those.
build trades damage and defense for extremely high mobility and supreme accuracy. Obviously, this is one of the more skill-intensive arthropods, since timing jumps and landing pounce attacks is difficult. But with some practice, you can outmaneuver almost any other lightweight build and score critical hits on enemies that are normally well defended. This makes the jumping spider a great anti-camper class. Now, I don't think there are really any spiders deserving of S tier. None dominate the meta or are so oppressive that other builds get invalidated.
Okay.
But there certainly are a few that come close. So in A+ tier, we've got two spiders who genuinely live up to their reputation as nightmares. One is the Sydney funnel-web spider.
Look at those fangs.
This build is basically what you get when you take a tarantula and optimize it for the glass cannon archetype. It doesn't have the defensive hairstorm ability like the tarantula does, but most funnel-web players tend to subscribe to the best defense is an overwhelming offense strategy. This is highlighted by the fact that they tend to deliver several bites when threatened, instead of just biting once and trying to flee. The second is the Brazilian wandering spider,
Oh my god.
which has the
this
most
is
potent
painful.
venom of all spiders. This spider is even more aggressive than the
Anybody else feel like something crawling on them? Stop.
funnel-web spider, and tends to eject more venom in a single bite than any other spider. Those two traits combined let this spider one-shot essentially anything, from mid-tiers like lizards to top tiers like apes.
Dang, whoa.
Well, we've made it. Thanks for
taking out
watching.
apes? They
And
taking
be
out
sure to
niggas
leave
like
a video
us?
suggestion in the comments.
Whoa.
I've gotten some great ideas that I just can't wait to cover. If you thought this video was great, be sure to go back and watch my other video about fanged nightmare builds, the snakes. And if you're interested in joining my Discord server or gaming with me, head on over to patreon.com/tierzu to find out more. And don't forget, subscribe so you don't miss the next video.
I'm already there, my boy. Man, that was a good fucking video, even though I got creeped out a whole bunch of times, bro. I hate spiders. Spiders are just, to me. But if you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel. And make sure you share this with the people you know. And you don't know because they're going to like this for sure, man. I'm telling you. And with that being said, I bid y'all adieu. Peace.